Our next speaker travels the world helping people get their message across through the news media. He helps UK trade and investment at British embassies, high commissions and consulates. He helps United Nations staff working in the world's trouble spots. He can help you. The business leaders he works with at the Academy for Chief Executives have just made him the new speaker for the year. He's Michael Dodd, and his topic is Mastering the Media with Balls.
If you want to play with the media and you want to be successful, it's something that you can do. It really is a learnable skill. We're going to learn a tiny little bit about it in the next 10 minutes. The thing is that a lot of people don't have the right mental attitude. When you're going to play with the media, you've got to play to win. In summary, and I know there's only one woman in the audience here, in summary, you need a winning mentality. You need to actually get on the front foot. If you don't, you will be like many, many people who just go on to the BBC World Service or CNN with millions of listeners and viewers around the world. And they say, well, I hope I do all right. Or even worse, I hope they ask me the right questions. I'm a journalist. I'm here today not to defend the media, but at least to explain it. Ask the right questions. It's our job when we're interviewing you to ask you the wrong questions. We need to ask those questions that are really scary, sometimes, if the issue demands it. So, if you're thinking, crikey, this is difficult, I could be up against Jeremy Paxman on a bad day, or John Humphreys when he's in interrupting mode, which is every day, and I can't possibly win, it's stacked against me, you're probably right. Because the approach we take in the media is that we own the pitch. We own the ball. We make the rules. We're the referee. We write up the report afterwards. And of course, if you don't like it, that's fine. You can appeal to the Press Complaints Commission, run by the newspaper editors of this country. Okay, it's tough. But some people manage to win, and they manage to win every time. I've trained people like Richard Branson, like Bill Gates, like Steve Jobs. Not those people exactly, but people like them. People with the right winning attitude. People like you. People with loads of potential, but if you don't know what you're doing in a media interview, you can get in all sorts of bother. So with everything stacked against you like that, what are you going to do? How are you going to have this right mental attitude? Well, just imagine that you are put in charge of a bunch of excitable 4-year-old boys playing their first game of football. And you have to explain to these young lads that they have to win. The thing is, what is the one thing you've got to tell them that they understand how to win? It's no good just turning up, it's no good just defending a net. You have to tell them they have to score goals. They have to get the ball in the net of the other team. And when you're doing a media interview, you need to take the same approach. You need, on every question that Jeremy Paxman might ask you, or even a softer interview, because sometimes it's those soft interviewers that actually ask the really penetrating questions like, what do you do? Or things like that, yeah? You need to score a goal every time. That's how to be a winner. Now, just suppose you did really well with those 4-year-olds, yeah? You did really well, they scored some goals, you were so good, they put you in charge of the mission to win the next Football World Cup of the team of your choice. Could be Scotland, could be England, could be Australia, yeah? If you were in charge of that football team, would you just turn up on the first day of the competition and hope for the best? Of course not. You would plan for it. You would prepare for it. You would practice for it. And that's what you need to do with media interviews. It's a learnable skill. It can be done. But you need to make sure that you have a winning mindset, that you are going to, on every question, turn it into a winning answer. So what don't you want to do? You don't want to play ping pong. Yeah? You don't want to be just cornered by the media, because the media love negative questions. Are you hopeless? Are you useless? Are you the worst professional speaker in the world? Now, people playing ping pong just hit the ball back. So if I ask that question, are you hopeless? They say, no, I'm not hopeless. Are you useless? No, I'm not useless. No, I'm not the worst professional speaker in the world. But that's not good enough. It doesn't work. I'm going to demonstrate it, because I'm going to ask you those exact questions. If you get this ping pong ball, all you have to do is catch it. I'm going to throw it to Mindy first. She's good at catching. Yeah? You have to catch it and just repeat back what I say. So I'm going to say, are you hopeless? You say, no, I'm not hopeless. Yeah? Okay? Mindy, are you hopeless?
No, I'm not hopeless.
Okay. Right. Steve, are you useless?
No, I'm useless.
Okay. Rod, are you the worst professional speaker in the world?
No, I'm not the worst professional speaker.
Thank you. Was that? No, surely not. No. Right. Now, the reason that doesn't work is because those words, hopeless, useless, and worst, are powerful words. And we in the media love powerful words, yeah? We love asking those kind of questions. So if you say, I'm not hopeless, I'm not useless, and I'm not the world's worst professional speaker, the subconscious of all those listeners is hopeless, useless, and world's worst professional speaker, yeah? So it's no good just playing ping pong and hitting the ball back over the net, like so many people do. It doesn't work. What you need to do is to play rugby. You get the ball in the form of the question from Jeremy Paxman, which might be, why don't you resign, you idiot? And you need to run up the other end of the field and score a try under the post exactly where you want it. So I'm going to ask those same three people the same three questions. This time they've got to be a bit smarter, yeah? They've got to use something called a bridge. Now, I teach people how to do good media interviews, and one of the things that it's really important for them to know is that you do need to answer the question. Otherwise, they'll think that you're a politician trained by someone in a pink shirt, you know? You do need to answer the question. But, and this is why you got out of bed this morning, you don't just leave it there. And even if you can't answer the question because you're not the right person, you need to at least acknowledge the question. Yeah? I can't answer that particular question because I'm not senior enough, I haven't enough experience, that's not my field, or whatever. You've got to explain it. If you explain it, that's fine. But better still, answer it. Yeah? So I'm sure the answer to those questions is no, right? But if you say no, that's fine. You just don't repeat back the negative. So you say no, and then you bridge, right? Now this means a little form of words, something like, but what's important here is, what the audience really need to understand is. And then you take the ball down the end of the field and you give us something impressive. Preferably, the best thing that you can say on that topic. Okay? So I'm going to throw the ball to Mindy. I'm going to ask her the same question. She's going to say no. Then she'll bridge, which could be something like, but what you really need to understand, what the audience need to know is, and then she's going to say, in one sentence, the best thing that she can say. Okay? So when the ball comes to you, you're playing rugby this time. Yeah. You're not being murdered by the media, you are controlling the media. Watch. Mindy, are you useless?
No. But the important thing is that we help people try and write and publish books quickly.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That's really good. Hey! You've obviously played rugby before. You've got the idea. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Steve, are you hopeless?
No. What the audience needs to know that we can only work with debts that are actually recoverable. When people follow my system, I get them all of their money back every time.
That's fantastic. You're a wonderful person, Steve. So here's the toughie. Ready for the frame.
No, not really.
Bridge!
When I was at the Cubs, Art Kaler gave me a badge for speaking, and I still wear that every day. So I think somebody like you, who hasn't spoken professionally, may be the world's professional speaker.
There is one rule. Remember what I said about the pitch and the rules and whatever? You don't attack the pitch. You carefully skirt around that. Graham and I do newspaper interviews on Sky TV, which I think at the moment is 40% owned by Rupert Murdoch. I haven't heard Graham make that many disparaging remarks about Rupert Murdoch lately. So you have to be careful. But you know, there are ways. If you do want to attack the media, then obviously if you want to attack Rupert Murdoch, you talk to the Guardian. That's a good way, yeah? You've got to be thinking about this. Okay? So, the moral of the story is, we don't play ping pong, we play rugby when we're playing with the media. We need to make sure that we play to win, and that we win not just on every interview, we win on every question, with every answer. We score a try every time. The choice is yours. You can be Tony Hayward of BP and just blame other people and not think that training is very important at all, and you can see billions wiped off your share price and off your reputation if you're in the corporate world, or off your personal reputation if you get it wrong in your own right as a speaker. Or you can be Richard Branson. He's not particularly fluent, but he gets the point across every time. You can get the point across every time. You can become a media success, providing you don't play ping pong, you play rugby, and you play to win every time.